Okay, so starting with our Bitmoji coded classroom. So my name goes on the first slide, and we're going to start by joining our Bitmoji project with a new project in Scratch. So the first thing I want to do in this project is go find my Bitmoji room that I did months ago. So I'm going to go into my Google Drive, open up your Google Drive. You can search Bitmoji if that helps you find it, if you can't just find it off the bat. I'm going to just choose one that I have already made. So I'm going to choose this one right here. This is a previous student, so don't worry. Okay, here's the room. I don't want to mess with the original copy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this slide, number 2, over here on the left-hand side of my screen. I'm going to come up to the word file, and I'm going to go to make a copy, selected slides. A pop-up screen comes up, and I'm simply going to call this coded room. And there we go. I'm going to hit make a copy. Okay. From there, it's going to make just a copy of my coded room slide. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and delete anything like a pet or myself, anything that is living, pet or myself, animal or myself from the room so that it's just the room and its furnishings. Okay. At that point, I'm going to go ahead and file, download as a JPEG that slide. Okay. Now I can come over into the Scratch account that I've made. So from my instruction slides, I've clicked on the Scratch link. If I have not made a Scratch account yet, my username is going to be my first name, my last initial, and the year 23. And my password is right here as well. Okay. If that doesn't work, you can alter it to put the whole year, or if you need your whole last name, if they tell you that's taken. If you're logging in for the second time, you can use the link that is in the yellow folders of links. It's just the link to regular Scratch. So this is not your first time logging in. You can simply come here to the yellow folder of links and come to the Scratch login page. Okay, that's the second way if you've already logged in before. Okay, once I have that, I'm going to come to my Scratch account. If I'm coming back to a project, I can click on my name, the drop-down menu, and my stuff. If I'm starting a brand new project, I want to come out here to the home page and click create. So two different methods. I'm either clicking create to make a new project, or if I already have a project made, I'm going to my stuff. Okay. I'm going to name the project first name, my last name, and room. Okay, so that is what I'm naming my file. Once I've named my file, I'm going to go ahead and click on the share button. So once I've named my file, Katie Watts and room, I'm going to click on share. I'm going to click on add to studio, and I'm going to choose the class period that I'm in. So I'm just going to choose Bitmoji room period 1. Okay, and okay. To get back to my project, I'm going to say see inside, and I'm back to that project screen. From this screen, I can now click on to delete the original sprite with the little trash can, and I'm going to set up my backdrop. I'm going to come over to the right-hand corner, upload backdrop, click on it, and now I want that coded room background. There's my room. I can see it's called coded room up here. Okay, leave it called coded room in that text box. And that should be good for my coded room. Coming back to the code tab up on the top left, I'm now in my room. It's highlighted right here. I'm going to add some events. The event that I need to add to my backdrop, according to my checklist, I need to name the backdrop coded room. I did that. I need to use the when clicked and switch backdrop event. So I'm going to come here when the flag is clicked, come to looks, switch backdrop to coded room. That accomplishes that step. When I hit the flag, this is the background that appears. My next step according to my checklist, is I need to add my first character, which is myself, to the project. So I'm going to come back to my Scratch coding. I need to add my character. To get my character, I'm going to go to Pixton, which we've used before. You can simply click the link in the yellow links folder, or you can just type in Pixton, log in, okay? And I'm going to get my character, okay? Here is my character I'm going to use for me, okay? You choose whatever outfit you want her to be wearing. For the first slide, I'm going to pretend this is me, okay? I'm going to come to pose. I like the hands crossed, and I'm going to go to done and click on the full body download down here below my character. That downloads her for me. Coming back to Scratch, I'm going to go to the little cat icon that says choose a sprite when I hover, and go up to the top option called upload a sprite. I'm going to then come to my files and choose the character. Okay, there she is. I'm going to do a few things with her. In this white text box below my picture screen, I'm going to change the name of the sprite to my name. Okay. I'm going to change the size of my sprite to something that looks normal in the room. And I'm going to relocate her where I want her to be when I start my coding. Okay, wherever you want her, you can stand her here, wherever you want her. I'm going to stand mine right here. Okay, so that accomplishes off my checklist that I've named the sprite and I've made her the appropriate size. I'm now going to start with these events that I'm going to add and that we added in class. Coming back to my coding screen, the first event we're adding is the when clicked. This is going to be what sets her location, which is right here, X and Y axis. I'm going to come to motion and I'm going to choose the block that says go to, and it has those coordinates of X and Y. So when I click the flag, she will always start at that location that I've moved her to. The next event that we're going to add is that we want to have her move across the screen. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my Scratch. The events that we're going to use are the left and the right arrow. So I'm going to pull out two events, when, and I'm going to choose the right arrow and the left arrow. Okay, connecting to those blocks, motion, I'm going to choose the change the X by block, and I can play around with what positive number I want in that space. So I'm going to choose like 70. And then for the other one, the left arrow, to move her backwards across the screen, I need to choose a negative number. So I'm using the same block, but this time my number is negative something. Okay. And I can test this out. Right arrow moves her across, left arrow moves her back. If I get her off the screen, I can use the flag to bring her right back to her home starting position. So that is our first two events. I now want to change her outfit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put looks, and I want to come up here to costumes. I'm going to rename this costume 1. Okay, costume 1. This is my first outfit. Okay, coming back to my code, I'm going to start with looks, switch to costume 1. I'm going to put right under that flag when clicked. So she'll always start in costume 1. I'm going to come back to Pixton. I'm going to change just my outfit. So I'm going to come to outfit and I'm going to put something else on her. Maybe she needs to dress up a little more. Okay. If you want to change her pose a little bit, you could. Like my arms are crossed, so it might not look weird if she now raises her arms. That would be a cute movement. And then I'm going to download her. Okay. But basically just changing her outfit, nothing else. Okay. Coming to my code now. I'm going to come up here to the tab called costumes. I am going to come down to this cat now on the left-hand side. Don't add or not adding another sprite. I'm on the left-hand side that says choose a costume, upload, and I'm choosing that new Pixton character. There she is. I'm going to name this costume 2 up in the costume box, costume 2, enter. Okay. So now I have costume 1, costume 2. Okay. I'm going to come back to my code. Okay. 2 more events I'm going to add. If I hit the flag, she's always going to start in costume 1. When and when. I'm going to change this one to the up arrow and this one to the down arrow. Okay. And according to my checklist, when I hit the up arrow is when she's going to be in her normal costume. When I hit the down arrow, she's going to be in her second costume. So up arrow is going to stay switch to costume 1. Okay. And the down arrow is going to be switched to costume 2 block. Okay. So now I can test that out. Up arrow, down arrow, up arrow, down arrow, and see my arms move, which is kind of cute too in my pose. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Okay. And that's coding my character. The next thing that we're going to do that finishes all the character blocks. Okay. We're now going to, oh, nope, it doesn't. You need the recording. I'm sorry. My favorite part. I need the recording, the greeting. So I'm going to go ahead and say events. When the sprite is clicked, we need a greeting. So I'm going to play sound until done, and I'm going to record my name and a hello. Hi, I'm Miss Watts. I'm going to save it, name it, greeting. Okay. And I'm going to come back to my code and change this to greeting real quick. And now when I click on her, that's all set. Now I'm done with my character. So coming down my checklist, I need to add a pet. So I'm going to go on the internet. I need 2 sites open, remove background, and I need an animal. I'm going to choose a, it's real simple today, cat. Images. I want to make sure I choose one where he's actually looks like I could move him in the room, that he's sitting or something. I'm going to put, just for fun, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to drag this picture to my remove background site, drop it off, okay, remove the background. I'm going to download him. Okay. Now I'm going to come over to Scratch, over to the cat down here, upload a sprite, choose that removed background image, open. Here we go. There's my cat. I'm going to name him in the sprite box. So I can name him Cat, and I might give him a name like Peaches. Okay. So that he has the type of animal he is and a name. I can size him. He actually doesn't look bad that size, but if you want to make him smaller or bigger based on your pet, okay, I'm going to put him right here. And then you're going to find a location that you want him in. I want him right here to start. So I'm going to drag that event block. Remember, this flag is where everything starts. So I'm going to drag the event for the arrow or for the flag. And I need the go to block, go to X and Y. That will put the cat right there anytime I click the start button. Okay, so that is number 1 for my pet. If I look at my checklist, I need a sound and I need a glide. So I'm going to do the sound next. When the sprite is clicked, I need an animal sound for that animal. So I'm going to use events. When the sprite is clicked, sound until done. And now we get to record again. My favorite part, record your animal's sound effect. Meow. Save it. Call it animal sound. Okay, and you can even add what animal so that we all know. Go back to the code. I'm going to choose that sound from my sound list. When I click on that sprite, when I click on Miss Watts, each sprite now has their own recording. Okay. The next thing I need to do is use the event when the M key is pressed for movement. I'm going to use when the M, and I'm going to choose the movement called glide. Before I use this glide block, I'm going to put the cat where I want him to glide to. So I want him to glide right here. And so that changes the X and Y. I'm going to drag that block out now, and I'm going to choose 3 seconds instead of 1. I want him to move a little slower. So make it sure it's 3 seconds and it's gliding to wherever you want. So I'm going to hit the flag. I'm going to hit M to try it out. There he goes, right into Miss Watts's arms. Okay, the cat's gliding. Okay, so that finishes up my cat from the checklist, those 3 events. I'm now adding a third sprite. I would prefer that this is another Pixton character. I know I've let some people do some other ones, but let's make it a Pixton character. You're going to change your character altogether. So I'm going to log into my other Pixton account to get my, or actually I have a character really easy. You'll make another character on your Pixton account, and then you'll come back to Scratch. Okay, go to the cat, upload a sprite. I think I have my other one already downloaded. Prompt it. I'm going to choose this one right here. There I am. Okay, change her name. This one is whatever you're naming this character. So this is, I'm going to call her Daphne. Okay, change her size. Okay, she should probably be the same size as your other one. Put her in the room somewhere, and you guessed it, we're going to use that when clicked. And you're going to set her location using the location block. Okay. We also are going to create code for her that is text. So when she is clicked, instead of speaking, she's going to first use a text box. To do that, we're going to go to the sounds, no, the looks, I'm sorry, looks, and events. When sprite is clicked, then looks, she's going to say something, and mine is going to say, watch out for that cat. Watch out for Peaches. Okay, and I'm going to have her say it for 5 seconds. You can change the time. So now when I click her, watch out for Peaches. Okay, I'm also going to, according to the code, use a new feature called text to speech. So you're going to come over here to your Scratch, down in the left-hand corner, and the event we're going to use, I'm sorry, is when this, I think it's when the space bar is pushed is the event you're going to use. So first you can put the event there. When the space bar is pushed, come down here to this lower left-hand corner, going to choose text to speech. Going to drag out that first one. Don't change the language, text to speech. And you're going to put whatever you want her to say in the text to speech bubble. And that means if I press spacebar to try it out, okay, there you go. You can, if you want, change, I think, you can change the sound effects to girl, boy, a squeak, okay? However you want, a kitten. Don't want that. You want her to actually say words. So I like that one. Okay. So you'll set those up if you want. You don't have to have the set voice too, but you do have to have the text to speech. Okay. So that finishes that. Okay. If I come down my checklist, that looks like all the stuff I have to accomplish. Okay. In order to wrap up my code, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on see the project page. Okay, it'll bring me out here. I'm going to click on copy link, and this is the link that I'm going to submit to the discussion board in Schoology. So I will turn this into a link, and if I come in here to Schoology, okay, I'm going to show you how to submit it as a link. You'll come to the right assignment. I don't have the assignment posted yet, so I'm just going to show you on a random discussion board. When I come into a discussion board, I'm going to type my name in the box, and then I'm going to come up to the little toolbar that says inline link. I'm going to paste my link, And I'm going to put my coded room in the text, save changes. That means right here. And then I'm going to click post. That way Miss Watts can click on the coded room and it will take her right to your Scratch project. And that should wrap it up for you. Okay. Make sure you have all of that stuff and you are good to go.